My name is Kavita. In a previous life, I was a back-end engineer, but more recently, I am the co-founder of Hoku, an AI-powered personalized health coach. I'll start with some health statistics, which is how you know it's going to be a fun talk. So, if you just turned 40 in the UK, based on average life expectancy, you have at least another 40 years to live. I was of the bad news. About a half of that is going to be spent in poor health. So if you sighed relieved just now, you might want to take that back. To be exact, that is 18 healthy years lost per person. The crazy thing is, it doesn't have to be that way. 80% of how healthy you are, including your risk of chronic disease, comes down to your lifestyle. Yeah. That's the sound effect that I wanted. And when I say lifestyle, I'm not talking about, doing anything revolutionary. So it's literally the basics. So it's things like eating well, sleeping enough, getting out and doing some exercise. Unfortunately, as we all know, switching to a healthier lifestyle isn't the easiest thing to do. Not because we don't know what to do, but most of us, it just requires a lot of motivation and discipline. But the problem with most health apps is that they're too generic. They don't take into account your lifestyle and pace of change, or only work if you're already motivated, or if it's January and you just wrote your resolutions. Unfortunately, generic motivational strategies like goal setting and streak tracking can work for some, but might not resonate with everyone. For something as intrinsic as motivation, the more specific to you, the better. So, as part of competitive research for Hoku, I did sign-up flows for about 30 different health apps and noticed this phenomenon. To be fair, this isn't because most of these companies are just phoning it in. It's because to build a truly personalized experience where everything you see is targeted to what works for you is actually a huge technical undertaking. To build the kind of recommendation engines that companies like Netflix and Spotify use to deliver their personalized experiences, let alone something that works a tenth as well, typically requires a large data science team. This was exactly the problem we were trying to solve when we came up with Hoku. We wanted to build a truly personalized health app, but as a bootstrap startup with a lot less resources. How does Hoku work? So Hoku syncs to all your health data, learns your health profile and preferences, and then gives you everything you need to optimize your health. It can generate custom meal plans and exercise routines, review your workouts, meals, and sleep, and gives you instant health advice tailored just to you. Most importantly, your Hoku coach motivates and supports you in exactly the way that works for you. If you prefer positive reinforcement, your coach will give you that. More of a visual learner, then expect a lot of videos. Spending too much time on Midjourney and don't have time to go to the gym, your coach adapts to that. The best part is as you use it, it will continue to learn about your preferences and optimize. By constantly learning from you and exactly what makes you tick, Hoku is able to take anyone from intention to truly lasting behavioral change. How does it work? So unsurprisingly, every single one of our features is powered with a combination of LLM models. Because of that, with any conversation or interaction you have, your coach is always able to consider the following. So all the health information that you give it access to through your wearables or through other inputs, or your conversational history, the tone of voice that works best for you, that it learns based on your conversations that you have, the type of motivation that you like and prefer, and other unique preferences that it learns from your interactions. With LLM, we're also able to build a pretty solid recommendation engine to really personalize your experience by easily creating and refreshing profiles for each user based on the inputs they give us. So to give you a very simplified example, so when a user sign-ups for Hoku, we'll build them a profile using AI. Specifically, we use GPT-4, which can be as high level as, has risk of diabetes, but can be as specific as don't like spinach and running in the morning. Obviously, all this sounds pretty good so far, but like every technology, one of the things we've encountered is that AI has its limitations. So obviously, data protection and privacy. So health data in particular is very sensitive, so we had to think about how we emit sensitive personal data and only send the information that we need about each user back to GPT per request that we make. In the future, the only foolproof solution to this is obviously going to be running localized LLM models on your personal devices. Second, AI hallucinations. So as you know, GPT or any LLM models are great at very confidently lying to you and making things up, which is great for creative use cases, but obviously isn't the best for health-related issues. So the way we are solving it is two-pronged. So one is making sure that the models only search our own database, and also giving it permission. Interestingly, if you actually tell GPT it's okay to say you don't know, they lie a lot less to you. And token length and memory. So the more data you send, and obviously the higher quality of data you send, the better results you get. As you know, GPT API has token length limitations, plus they also charge you based on the length of the requests you make, but also the response you make. So a big thing for us in terms of optimization is figuring out how we can send the shortest amount of a short request, but still give you the same quality of results. But having said all of this, one of the things to be said is using AI has accelerated our ability, especially as a small team, to build a personalized health app. How do I foresee AI changing the future of our jobs? So as a backend engineer, it's been quite frightening how much better code AI can write. But it's been great for generating front-end code, though, as someone who doesn't like writing front-end code. But ultimately, AI, to me, I see it as a tool in the same way the internet was a tool, and in the same way, IDE is a tool of the developer. It ultimately comes down to how you use it, and everyone I think, will be using it in different ways to accelerate their own workflows. But we are still a far way from truly autonomous AI agents. And I think one of the earlier speakers said, I think it will very much be the case where as developers or as designers or as whatever roles we do, we'll be responsible for setting the parameters and the rules for these models and then using it to actually simplify our workflows. So obviously I'm very biased, but I'm very positive about AI. Yeah, so that's our website. We're a free health app. We're currently in beta, but we'll be launching in a couple of weeks. So if you want to give us a try, that's my Twitter. If you have positive, or especially if you have negative feedback, feel free to DM me and give me your thoughts. But yeah, thank you very much.